dial is not in service at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
This afternoon, South Africalings. How are all of you doing out there? I hope you're all keeping well and getting ready for the end of the year and winding it down a little bit. It's already the second week of December, guys. Can you believe it, hey? This year flew by, but then again, it didn't really. A lot of it was pretty tough and unprecedented. So, what can we say about this year, hey? 2020, the year to end all years, hey? Like I said in a post the other day, if an alien tapped me on my shoulder, I'd turn around and just look it in the eye or in the eyes or whatever it's got and just give it a little fist pump, hey? No handshake because of COVID, obviously. You don't want to infect the little bugger. But I'll just give him a little fist pump and then say, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to Earth. You guys took a while. Or did you? Anyway, this isn't a show about aliens or the supernatural or anything like that. This is the Wayne G Show, and this is Real Talk Radio, where the talk is always real. Yes, guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about the ANC and the infighting that's going on. But I think, like most of us know already, the ANC has always been quite a troubled party. There've always been a lot of power struggles, infighting, it's because it's a very powerful organization and an old organization. Eh? It's not an organization that was established yesterday. It's got its feet firmly entrenched in African soil, and with it comes a lot of factionalism and infighting and South Africa's got a history of it. The ANC is definitely not immune to controversy. They've had their fair share of it through the years, since its inception, or should we rather say since it took power in 1994. There have been many scandals and lots of politics that have rocked the ANC, hey? But what they usually do, which is, very synonymous with the ANC, is they try and keep it very quiet, even though there may be explosions happening inside. They really do their very best to keep it internal, hey? They don't want what's happening or their dirty laundry aired out for the rest of South Africa to see. So they definitely do their very best to try and keep it quiet, keep it on the lowdown. But with media today and social media and a lot of people inside the ANC feeding information to journalists and to social media directly and, giving sneak previews into the ANC, it's very difficult, to keep a low profile. You can't hide what you're doing anymore. You can't hide away from politics or hide your politics away from your people. And that's what's happening at the ANC at the moment. There's huge factionalism going on. There's a massive rift forming between Asa Magashule and Cyril Ramaphosa. There's two definite factions within the ANC that are siding with either party. And at the moment we're watching it play out. We're not really sure which way it's swaying or which way the power is held or who holds the power or who's calling the shots. One day you think it's Cyril, the next day you think it's Ace, because the ANC send a lot of mixed messages out there. They make statements, then they make other statements that don't correlate with the statements they made, and you don't really know who's calling the shots. And that's a bit of a problem, hey guys, when you've got a ruling party with a majority rule, the president, and you're not sure who's calling the shots. It's not a very good thing for your country and the reputation of your country, because other countries watch South Africa. We're one of the most powerful economies in Africa, and the world watches us. We are a young democracy in consideration of what transpired in South Africa, so we are a very, very young democracy, and that makes us susceptible to many things, especially corruption. We've got a massive problem in South Africa with corruption, especially within the ANC. The ANC is one of the most corrupt political parties on the planet, and they can't deny it. They'd love to deny it and give this beautiful image of a party that's unified and not corrupt and serving its people, and that's what they like to project. But we know it's not like that, hey? We know that there is so much corruption inside that ANC, hey? And it always, and the fish rots from its head, hey? Jacob Zuma, you name it. You can just count them on your hands. The amount of dodginess that's gone on in those ranks, hey, and how they've abused and used their power at the expense of the poor, hey. That's the saddest part, is that the people voting the ANC into power are the ones suffering the most at their hands, hey? And there's nothing anyone can do about it. You know, the ANC has such a stranglehold over its population, and you know, they almost blackmail them into voting for them because they want their population to feel a sense of, you know, of blind loyalty and obedience to the party that liberated them, and they ride that and they use it a hell of a lot. And that's why and how they get away with a massive amount of corruption, because they know that they've got the power, and they've been vested with the power by the people in a democratic South Africa. You know, it's not like they usurped power and took the place over. You know, there was a democratic election that put the ANC into power and keeps putting them back into power. Every single election, the ANC wins with a massive majority. So yeah, you know, we can't blame the ANC. Perhaps we need to blame the electorate that keeps voting them in. And maybe the electorate need to send them a message and perhaps vote for somebody else and give them a little bit of a wake-up call, perhaps, eh? You know, and that brings me to a talking point of today. You know, at the 54th annual convention of the ANC in August, they came out strongly against corruption. You know, they had all these brilliant plans and systems they wanted to put into place, and one of them was, if you were charged with corruption and you were inside the ANC holding positions of power, you had to step aside. And they drew up a resolution around that, and they all agreed to it. And at the convention there was agreement, and everybody said, yes, that's what we're going to do. But yeah, that isn't what they were going to do at all, because as we've seen it play out, we've seen corruption charges, you know, on Ace Magashule. The ANC Secretary General has been charged with massive corruption in a 255 million rand asbestos corruption scandal that rocked, yes, again, the Free State government, one of the biggest slush funds for the corrupt members of the ANC to steal money. And Ace Magashule was again at the top of it, hey? He was a massive thorn in the side of the ANC, and he continues to be, guys. You know, he continues to take the ANC reputation that is already in the toilet and flush it further down the toilet and not give a continental shit. That guy doesn't give a damn. All he gives a damn about is his pocket. Oh yes, what goes into his pocket? You know, trips up to Zimbabwe on Air Force aeroplanes, no flight logs, expired passports. And this guy is going up there to do what? He's going up there to deal diamonds, guys. That's what's happening. That's why he got in there so fast. That's why there are no minutes from this important meeting that they had to attend. That's why they flew out of Waterkloof on an Air Force aeroplane, because they didn't need to go through customs or passport checks or anything. You know what? It all makes perfect sense. And that's not even a conspiracy theory. That's exactly what happened. Because that's just Ace's style. Ace does what Ace wants, and now he's doing what he wants again. You know, after a resolution was drawn up in August, and Cyril got everybody's buy-in that if they're charged with corruption, they'll step aside. Suddenly there's this, we're not stepping aside. It's unconstitutional. It's illegal. It's against our labor laws. And poor Cyril has now gone and had to sort 5 different legal councils on the matter to try and find out whether he can force these members that are charged with corruption to step aside while their case runs out. And they step aside, but guess what, guys? They're still on full pay. These guys will be sitting at home on a full salary and will be paying for somebody else to assume his role. Hey, we just can't win. But anyway, he should have stepped aside, and he should step aside. Ace Magashule should step aside. And that's real talk. He should not hang around. He's charged with serious corruption. Massive corruption, 255 million rand. You know, that's more money than most people will see in their entire lives. Hey, that's what he's charged with. And I think that's just one of the charges. There's other ones too, hey. And yeah, their 54th conference was all about that. Owning up to corruption, owning corruption, clean slate. Let's get South Africa back on track. There was huge buy-in, and all of a sudden it fell down. You know, you've got Dalian Pofu, a senior advocate, saying that it is unconstitutional. It's against labor laws to remove somebody from their position while they're being charged with a crime until they've actually been found guilty. Because like the ANC always say, you're innocent until proven guilty. And Cyril wants them to step against that and to move against innocent until proven guilty and actually step aside while you're charged with a serious crime. And that's what I think should happen, and that's what they resolved to do. And now they're not doing it, hey? But that's, again, it's a famous ANC ploy that, hey. They have all these brilliant plans and aspirations for everything and how they're going to do it. Like, their plans and their strategies are top draw. But the implementation just doesn't happen. And we've seen it play out now. And I can tell you now, I'll take a guess. Ace isn't going to go anywhere. He's going to stick around and he's going to say, oh, it's my job. It's my job and I can't leave. And, that's just how it is. It's against the labor laws of the country. I can't just step out of my job, and he'll hide behind that. And that's exactly what he's going to do, guys. That's the Wayne G Show for today, guys. And this is Real Talk Radio, where the talk is always real. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about this whole debacle. If you don't know about it, go and check it out. It's happening right now.